Today, I want to talk about something that former Christians often experience, an intense feeling, almost like a compulsion, that we have to go back to Christianity and the church. 1, no you don't. 2, unless you want to. Hi, welcome to the Secular Scriptures. I'm Gail. Let's take a look at what may be going on. No matter where you are in this journey, deconstructing your faith, reconstructing your beliefs, or just trying to navigate the social friction that leaving so often causes. If you're feeling like this, it's very important to step back and think about what's happening on a social and emotional level so that you can make good decisions for yourself. Resisting social and family pressure to return to a religious community, especially if you came from a high-control group, can be incredibly difficult. For many people, leaving a church or even just questioning the doctrine often comes with a full spectrum of pushback, everything from gentle, well-meaning concern from close friends and family to conditional love, prejudice, shunning, or even extreme violence in high-control groups. No matter what kind of behavioral response you are receiving from your former church community, you do not owe anyone your belief, and you do not owe anyone your compliance. This does not belong to them. It is so important to learn how to set healthy boundaries and how to defend them. Belief isn't an on-off switch. Some people can go back to church as non-believers just for the social aspects, and they do fine. Churches are packed with cultural Christians, and while other people cannot even pretend to live a lie. Some church communities are very comfortable with a range of beliefs, and doubting or even non-belief is okay. Other church communities will make you feel inadequate or broken for being anything less than their version of perfection, which, to be clear, is abusive. If your church is like that, find a new church. Because here's the thing, belief isn't a choice. You don't just flip a switch on a whim. You may be convinced by the evidence, you may have a major change in your brain like I did, or you could have a profound personal experience. These things affect everyone differently. One person who has a near-death experience could find Jesus, while someone else becomes a pantheist and another becomes an atheist. All of those are just human experiences. Welcome to life, and I'm glad you're here. You don't owe anyone belief, and importantly, you don't owe anyone non-belief either. This is your life and your journey, not theirs, so don't let others pressure you into thinking their way. Examining the motivations. If you're feeling like you are being pulled in a direction you don't want to go in, take a step back and look at where that pressure is coming from. Is it coming from social expectations, family dynamics, guilt, shame, or fear? That pressure is a negative, painful emotion like fear or shame. That isn't a sign that you belong there. That's a sign of an unhealed emotional wound that needs care and time to process, ideally with a qualified therapist. Recovering from Religion has a wonderful resource page where you can find group support, therapists, or hotlines with people who know what you're going through. No, this is not sponsored. Doing the work. If you are feeling pressured, give yourself permission to slow down. Take out a journal and write down the reasons that you left in big, bold letters. Look at those reasons and ask yourself, have these issues been resolved? Is it the theology and the rituals that you miss? Or is it the instant community, familiarity, and the social connections that you long for? Chances are you didn't leave because you felt safe, respected, and loved. You probably left because something was so deeply wrong that it made you question everything. If you do decide to go back to church, please take your time finding a healthy, safe community. That takes work. Take the time to find a church that actually aligns with your beliefs and values, because if you fall back into the same bad church environment just so you can run away from those big, bad, uncomfortable emotions, or to make grandma happy, that won't fix the underlying issues. It just throws a tarp over the big, ugly mess for now. If you decide to stay away, you need to figure out what you are keeping and what you are getting rid of from the old religious framework, because otherwise you just trade one fear for another, or worse, carry the old fears along with you anyway without the beliefs that held them up. And what's the sense in doing that? On a social and emotional level, none of this is low-risk stuff, so please do the hard work and give yourself grace and time. This is a journey. If you put in the work and then decide not to return, you'll feel far more grounded in that decision, and you can focus on building healthy community, traditions, and values outside of religion. And if you decide to return to the faith on your own terms, you'll be doing so with clear eyes and healthy boundaries. This is not a guarantee that harm won't happen again, because people are people, but you'll be more sure of yourself and your own beliefs. Best of luck to all of you who are navigating this journey, no matter where you land. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you next Sunday at 9 a.m.